What up, everybody? It's the Rottweiler Patriots. I'm Vegas,
And I'm T-Bone.
and we're coming at you with a bit of an impromptu video today. Earlier this morning, it was announced that Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots would be mutually parting ways. And this one hurts, man. When I first read it, I didn't believe it, even though it was straight out of the mouth of Adam Schefter. I didn't feel anything. It literally felt like nothing had changed. He was still the coach, but as this day has gone on, it has really, really hit me, especially after watching the press conference that the two did, that it's really over. And it just hurts, man. I understand why Robert Kraft made this decision, and I understand the timing as well. But it's not the decision I would have made. I think Bill deserved an opportunity to have one more year here in New England, and if after one more year things didn't change, then I think this would have been the right move. But at the end of the day, football is a what have you done for me lately business. And our last playoff win was 13-3 in 2018. So we've only had one winning season and one playoff appearance in the last 4 years. So I understand Kraft's frustrations. I don't know, man. This one, it just hurts so much knowing that it's now officially over. The dynasty is really and truly over. This era of New England Patriot football that has been happening since before I was born. It's been going on that long. It's gone on longer than my lifetime. I grew up on it. It's over. And Bill, this is also rough for me because Bill was the last piece of my childhood to fall. After 2019, Tom Brady left the New England Patriots. And that hurt, man. That really hurt. Because Tom won us 6 rings. I didn't really have like idols. That's just not how I roll, but Tom Brady was the closest thing to an idol that I ever had growing up. You know, and then also, it was Brady, Belichick. The other big part of my childhood was Lionel Messi at FC Barcelona, because I am a massive soccer fan. And soccer actually is my one true love more than anything else, but when Messi left Barcelona in 2020, that really hurt. So Bill was the last one of those dominoes to fall, and it's like, not only is this era of New England over, but my childhood as a person who grew up watching sports, loving sports, enjoying it all, is over. And I mean, and other guys like Eric Stahl for the Carolina Hurricanes, he left. David Ortiz for the Boston Red Sox, he left. Like, there are other guys too. But they all left a really long time ago, it feels like now. I It's been a rough day for me, for sure. For sure. T-Bone, I'm gonna toss this one over to you.
Thank you. Vegas, really just spreading out real quick before we get back to Bill. In the last 24 hours, we have either from retirement or leaving the organization or just stepping away from the head coaching position, we've lost Pete Carroll, we've lost Nick Saban, and we've lost Bill Belichick, obviously. And it's a lot. It's kind of just hard to like think, wow, boom, and just like that, it's all done. Really, I've seen not a lot, which is good, but I've seen a couple posts about that today on Instagram about how Bill's record without Brady versus with, and just talks about the dynasty and who made what. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it. It it's a to me, and I would definitely, I think I know Vegas well enough to say we both think it's a it's in they go in tandem. Brady and Belichick in tandem. Neither one could be where they are without the other. They helped create a dynasty together, and they helped each other become the greatest of all time in both of their positions. One being coach, one being quarterback. So I understand how some people can see the recent history and be like, wow, Brady really is, the one that made the dynasty and made Belichick. No. No. Because who drafted Brady? Who coached him up? Who helped break down the defenses? Who helped lead a team? So I personally think that it is a in tandem situation where both did their parts. Neither one did. Neither one was like made the I guess was like the main show. They made each other. They worked in tandem. So, and this is coming from a guy that had a Super Bowl taken from him by that group of people. So, but I'm just more out of shock because I'm like, good lord, it's done, is over, is done. So, you know, um, and obviously, um, the Bill is still going to play. That's not going to change. Bill is still going to play, or not play, coach. Sorry, but yeah, he's still going to coach. But it's not the same. It is the end of an era. It really is. I think once Belichick left the Pats is when it would really mark the end of the era. I mean, what else do we have? Aaron Rodgers from 2005? Sure. Him, I guess. Who else is there? Andy Reid from 1999. That's about all you got left from that early era. That's it. So, and really, I don't think I don't think that qualifies as the old guard. I think Andy is on the cusp. I did think so. Vegas convinced me that he wasn't in the old guard, but I don't know, man. It's just a lot. It's the end of an era, and I think that it is no small feat to say that Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time in NFL football history. You
Yeah,
all
I
right?
mean,
You all right, Vegas?
I I don't know. Words are hard enough for me to come by oftentimes, but especially right now.
Yeah.
It I, s- I just can't believe it's over, man. I just have all of these memories flooding my head right now of all of the great moments that I got to witness. And now knowing, that it's over, like I said, I don't agree with the decision for Robert Kraft, but I also will admit that a decision like this would have been very difficult for Robert himself to make, and I think takes a lot of guts to make. This is a gutsy decision by Robert Kraft, and I understand why he made it, and I understand why he made it now. Because at the end of the day, I felt like Bill deserved at least one more shot. But if you look at the New England Patriots off-season situation, they have a tremendous amount of cap room, over 70 million, and assuming we cut JC Jackson, we'll end up with like 85 million in cap space.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we get Jackson is taking up like 14 million in cap next year, but if we cut him, we lose no dead cap.
That's nice.
So so we will have, assuming we do, which I would personally prefer that we do that. I expect them to do that. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but if we do, that's a lot of cap room. You're talking about a top 3 draft pick and just higher up draft picks overall because of the bad finish.
Oh, yeah.
The New England Patriots are in a unique opportunity, or have a unique opportunity this year to really take the organization, change it, and turn it forward. Because at the end of the day, Bill is 71 years old, and the only thing it felt like that was keeping him in this league is Don Shula's wins record, which I think Bill will hit in 2 years.
Yeah. Great coach, by the way.
Great coach, Don Shula. But at the end of the day, I don't think Bill would have been in New England for more than 3 years beyond this. I think Bill's probably got 3 more years left. I think he's going to hit that win record. He's going to, go to a new team. And I think he hits the win record in 2 years, but I don't think he's just going to go to a team like, I'm only going to be here for 2 years, because at the end of the day, even though you're getting the greatest coach of all time, it's a very short-term decision. So I expect at least 3 out of him, just from that perspective.
I wouldn't hold your breath, Vegas. Don Shula has 328 wins. So that might be...
Bill's only 15 behind him.
What? 328?
This is regular season wins, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill is only 15 behind him, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. Let's check. No, he has 302 wins. That's...
And well, my source was Boston Connor. I assumed he knew what he was talking about. So,
but I mean,
okay.
still gettable. Easily still gettable.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, then let's say it takes 3 to 4 years for Bill. So he'll still do that.
I'm about to say average nine wins a season. Just easy.
Yeah, 9 wins a season. You get it in 3 years. Which if Bill goes to a good team, I think that's the case.
I'm about to say. So let me talk about that. Not to really hop on to try and bogart this conversation, because this is your guy. I am curious and asking you two-part question. 1, where do you think Bill's going to go? And 2, now that Bill is gone, do you think Vrabel is going to go back to the Pats?
Mike Vrabel is definitely one of the top candidates for the New England Patriots head coaching job, yes. I think there is a very real possibility that with his unexpected availability, we might take a pounce, because Vrabel's a guy who can be around for a long time.
Oh yeah, and a good dude too.
Yeah. He's one of two names I've seen floated as like the most likely candidates. The other one is Gerard Mayo,
Yeah,
who, former New England Patriot, excellent player, and also has shown a great affinity on the coaching side of the ball, has been in our coaching staff for years, and knows what he's doing. And like multiple teams wanted to interview him for their head coaching vacancies last year, but we signed him to an extension worth a pretty good amount of money just to keep him in New England because we value him that much. So I could very easily see him. I could also see him, let's say Vrabel comes in and is the head coach, I could very easily see like Gerard Mayo getting promoted to defensive coordinator.
yeah.
I think that is a very, very likely scenario. That's very possible.
And I think that spells good stuff for you.
And
because Vrabel's a great kid.
Oh yeah, no, I would love Mike Vrabel. The other name that I've seen a lot of people float around for a while now is Ben Johnson out of Detroit, which I wouldn't mind him. I would probably prefer Vrabel over him. And Johnson or Mayo, I think, would both be good options. I'm kind of even Steven on both of them because at the end of both have proven to be great assistants, but at the end of the day, you could be a great assistant or just a terrible, terrible head coach.
Yeah.
It all really depends. So Vrabel's already proven that he can do a good job. So that's where I'm at there. And, like, again, Kraft is going to make what he thinks is the best long-term decision. At the end of the day, this is Kraft trying to make a long-term decision because he wants to win football games. And he wants to win now, but he also wants to win long-term. Because Kraft is a fan of the New England Patriots. He's not just the owner of the New England Patriots, he's a fan of the New England Patriots. Which makes him a good owner. And, again, just given what the New England Patriots have in terms of cap space, in terms of the draft, in terms of everything right now, this offseason is a unique opportunity to really shape what the franchise does going forward, and with Bill potentially not being around for much longer, even if he stayed, especially given the disappointing last 2 years, I think Kraft saw an opportunity to try to, bring the franchise forward and into the future. So I completely understand this decision and the timing behind it. And honestly, what Kraft has done to Belichick here very much feels like something Belichick would do to a lot of players when in the GM. He'd always let them go a year or two before they probably should be. And he was very, stone cold, hard hitting about it. Like, Bill's not inhumane, but he was also very much serious, I guess, on the business side of things. He was like, we're going to make the best decision for the team, even if that's not what you as a player might want. And I think Kraft was doing the same thing to Bill here. So I think Bill understands this. I don't think there's going to be any ill will from Bill. There didn't seem to be ill will between the two gentlemen, but I think Robert is definitely like, we need to move the organization forward and really try to get ourselves set up for the future without Bill, and so he saw a chance with all that we have this offseason, which, to Bill Belichick's credit, he orchestrated that, because everyone is all about win now, win now. Bill always prepares for the future, and his general managing decisions have always been for the future. It's why he was so cutthroat, as I was talking about just a moment ago. And that created this opportunity. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I fully expect Bill Belichick to coach on another team. And I mean, Robert Kraft in his statement was like, it it's gonna suck, or it's gonna be weird seeing you in a hoodie with no sleeves on a different sideline, which tells me that Bill's still coaching. And Bill probably fought to keep this job. I can't blame him. I mean, 24 years, the greatest dynasty in history, and all of that capital to work with in the offseason to try to rebuild a team that already has a pretty spectacular defense and is just a few offensive pieces away from being a playoff football team. I can't blame him for wanting to try to keep that. Now, Bill, in terms of where he goes, I don't know. But he's going to have his pick of the litter. He's going to have about as much leverage as one can possibly have going into negotiations with other football teams. He might even go to a team that already feels good about their head coach and be like, I want to coach here, and convince the organization to get rid of them. Now, will that happen? I don't think so. I think he'll take one of the vacancies. I know the Atlanta Falcons reports have shown that they are very, very, very interested in pursuing Bill. And this was reported before he was fired. There's like, if Bill is fired, they're going to really go after him hard. And another place I think Bill could go to is Seattle with that unexpected vacancy. And I can just see Bill working with Pete Carroll and making some magic happen over there. I don't see him taking the Carolina job. That's not happening. Sorry, T-Bone. That with your owner, that's a hot no-no. I mean, there's... I don't... Arizona has a head coaching vacancy, yeah.
Hold on. I can't quite...
I didn't... This is impromptu. Like, I don't have the list of all the vacancies pulled up in front of me.
No. As so far, Arizona has made no comments on their coaching. So
okay,
they still have a head coach. No, I know one thing, though. I know one mathematical thing. Including the Patriots. The Patriots. There are 25% of the NFL that needs a head coach. 25% of the NFL needs a head coach. That's insane.
Yeah. Another team that has been floated out. So there is the Chargers. There's also the Titans because of Vrabel. Chargers because Staley got fired. You got the Raiders because McDaniels was fired. Although I expect the Raiders to rehire their intern head coach. Actually, you know what? No, I don't. I don't know what them. Because Rich Bisaccia should have gotten the head coaching job last time. Maybe Mark Davis will learn from his mistakes, but I still think Rich Bisaccia would be better than whoever they got now. I cannot remember off the top of my head who it is. I could see Bill maybe going to Tennessee, maybe Vegas. Like,
look, man,
Commanders, I don't think he'll go to. I don't know.
As long as he doesn't go to the South, I don't care. I don't want him to go to the NFC South. That's all I care about.
The thing about it, though, is that the Atlanta Falcons,
they're in a great position for him.
They are a quarterback and a couple more little pieces away from being a pretty darn good football team. Here's the thing, though. If I'm Atlanta, I'm probably trying to see if I can't go get Ben Johnson.
Why?
Because Ben has proven he knows how to run an offense. The big issue with Atlanta has been the offensive side of the football. Arthur Smith, has the play-calling prowess of a ham sandwich.
That's no way to talk about me.
Oh, I was talking about Mike McCarthy.
Good.
And so, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of conversations to be had about all this, though. 8 head coaching vacancies now open, several of which no one expected to be open. Many places very enticing, some of them not so enticing. Cough, Carolina, cough.
Okay.
Listen, man, until you get a new owner and also get some draft picks again, because you
I
traded your
just,
soul away for Bryce Young only
I,
to not
I,
be,
okay,
you know,
enough.
you
I
know.
get. Listen here, you're the one that's pouring your heart out now because you lost your head coach. All right, enough. All right, I get it. We suck. Let's let's save the Carolina hate for later. All right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Carolina will be interesting to monitor for sure, though. Just see how that goes. Who's going to be willing to take that
Yeah,
job?
monitor. We'll call it that.
But it's a lot, man. There is a lot going on. I don't agree with the decision, Robert Kraft, but I also understand why I did it, and I have to admit, this took some balls. This is not an easy decision.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Robert Kraft is trying to think about the future, knowing that even if Bill would have stuck around, he wasn't always going to be there. He had to leave at some point. All
Yeah.
good things must come to an end. And I think he wants to bring in a new era and let whoever the new people are use the many assets that we're going to have this offseason to define the new era of New England Patriot football. So I think that's why Kraft
Yeah.
made this decision, along with, of course, obvious the last 2 years being less than ideal, though if the referees were remotely competent, we would have made the playoffs last
All
year.
right. Okay.
Listen,
All righty.
listen, man, we won that Minnesota game. So, but it.
Now let me ask you a quick question, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I've heard because I'm not fully familiar with the whole inside locker room with the Patriots. Am I to understand? Everyone loves Robert Kraft. Is it his son that they do not like, and like the Kraft family that isn't good? Like, is Robert the only good one?
I am not entirely familiar
Okay.
with the internal dynamic between, Robert's kids and the team.
Yeah.
I know that from what I've seen, everyone loves Robert.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Robert is a fan.
Yeah.
And
But
it's it like he's talked about how it's like a cool thing for him to be able to own this team and do what he's done with them.
yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what the story with that is. Obviously, Robert's not gonna be around forever. He's definitely getting up there in age.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The other thing I will also mention is the Boston sports media.
Vicious.
You suckers. Screw you.
All right. Here
You
goes the hate.
spent all season, Bill Belichick gone. Bill Belichick must go. Bill Belichick sucks. Oh, it wasn't Bill, it was only Tom. Screw you, Bill Belichick. Bill, go, go, go! You created the majority of this pressure to send this man away. To have him leave this team. You created that pressure. You're like, Bill sucks, he needs to go, he didn't do anything for us in the dynasty, this, that, the other, it was all Brady, da-da-da-da-da. And then you people have the audacity.
Okay, he's a little angry now.
To when it is announced that Bill will no longer be a member of the New England Patriots organization, to sit there and be like, aw, dang it, Bill's leaving, this sucks. Thank you for all the memories, Bill. Thanks for helping us win all those Super Bowls. You have the audacity, after you people practically ran this man out of town,
to act like that,
Yeah.
you know.
You'll
A little crazy.
forever have my ire for that.
Well, not to split hairs here, but the Boston media really wasn't winning a lot of people's awards before, not winning a lot of love beforehand. So,
Yep. And I'd like to give a special screw you to Tom Curran.
who's he?
Oh, he is a Boston sports reporter who, for months, has been saying, Belichick out, Belichick out, Belichick out, Belichick out, Belichick's leaving, Belichick, betcha.
Yep.
And he wants to sit here, and he's like, Gerard Mayo. Which, there's been so much of that, there are actually some people who are theorizing that Gerard Mayo is feeding him information and is using him to promote himself, which I think that's a little BS, but
Yeah.
just given all of it, it's at least plausible. I understand why people might think that way. But he literally, after the Germany game, he's like, Bill's getting fired. Like, this has been confirmed by the Patriots organization. And he just, this, back, forth, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. This man, I watched a video of him talk about, okay, Bill's gone. What's next? Gerard Mayo. This man was gleeful that Bill was gone. Happy, overjoyed. He could not hide his smile. I wanted to punch him right between his teeth. He has been a scumbag throughout this entire ordeal, throughout the whole season. Just been awful. Acted like he's known what he's talking about, never knew what he was talking about. All this, him knowing that Bill was going to get fired was him playing roulette, landing on, calling red, and the ball ended up landing on red. He didn't know what he was talking about. He never at any point knew anything about what was actually happening, what was talked about. People want to give him credit, and he's going to say, are doing his little victory lap, and he's very clearly happy that Bill is gone. And that annoys me. Especially given how hard he worked to orchestrate it.
I just don't understand how you could just be so happy at someone leaving, someone that's brought you so much success.
Because they're all snakes. Him especially. They're all snakes. They chased Brady out of town. They chased Belichick out of town. Literally, Boston sports media. Brady must go. Brady must go. Brady must go. Belichick must rebuild the team for the future. Brady's gone. Bill must go. Bill must go. Bill must go. Bill must go. Chased him out. And then it's, Tom was actually the reason for your success. Was Bill getting rid of Tom a big mistake? It's like, y'all were the ones who wanted Tom gone.
I have a perfect owner for that group of media. They should come on down to Charlotte.
Dude, I don't know.
I'll tell you this, though. I can tell you this. I think, personally, I can point to 2 Super Bowls that Bill was a key part of. Off the top of my head. Obviously, all of them. But even the most extreme, Brady lover, Bill haters, should be able to look at the Seattle game and look at the Rams game, the second one, and see that Bill Belichick was in his bag for those games.
Bill was in his bag for most of them, really. Again, but both Los Angeles games, huge. The other thing, Bill with this one with the Patriots, Bill with the Giants in the 80s was something special. His game plan for their second Super Bowl, I want to say it was, where they were big underdogs, is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
And Bill's been relevant since the 80s, and he's been around since the 70s.
Yeah.
He weirdly enough almost coached at NC State University. That almost happened.
What?
Yeah, that almost happened. Another fun thing, Pete Carroll was actually the defensive coordinator at NC State way back in the day. I think 80 to 82, which I think is pretty cool. I go to NC State, so I've been a lifelong NC State fan. No, like, he's instrumental to everything that this team has achieved. Without Bill, we never get this. Without Tom, we never get this. It's like you said before, this was a symbiotic relationship. This was two greats coming together to do something special. It's not about who is better, who is this, who is that. Both were necessary. If you take away one, the other doesn't do so. Exactly. Iron sharpens iron. Greatness produces greatness. If you surround yourself with greatness, you'll become even greater. That's just a reality of things. If you're a great thing and you surround yourself with mediocrity, what do you think is going to be produced? Mediocrity. That's just going to be true, and they're going to bring you down to their level.
Yeah.
And that's just not... With Brady and Belichick, those are literally the two greatest to ever do it at their respective positions. That's why they achieved what they achieved. You've seen so many great quarterbacks paired with so many great coaches. And the most that ever been done was, Montana with 4. And, that was the mark. That was impressive. Winning 2 as a player was impressive.
Yep.
Winning 2 as a coach was impressive. Mike Ditka gets remembered as this all-time great coach. He won 1 ring in 1985. Now, granted, arguably the greatest defense of all time, so But these two men were so great at what they did that they won more Super Bowls than any other organization has ever won, aside from, of course, Pittsburgh Steelers, because screw the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
In a 20-year span, just the two of them together. And obviously they had more greatness around them because they understood greatness breeds greatness. And even when they didn't have greatness around them, they were still able to elevate. Bill has always had a natural ability to elevate everybody around him. So has Tom. Bill will find what a player is best at and maximize its potential. He's great at maximizing player potential, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's why so many players feel like they have no name. Look at Alex Austin this year, for crying out loud. Alex Austin was an undrafted rookie who we yoinked off of the Texans practice squad, threw him in there for the last 5 games of the season because we had no one else to play the position because everybody was so hurt. And he played well. Better than he had any right to, because Bill knew how to maximize his potential as a player. Which tells me that Bill still has it, and it's a big reason why, again, I wanted to keep Bill around. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. It really and truly sucks, though, that it's over. And
I will also say, it's Terry Bradshaw also has 4 Super Bowls, but
Bradshaw is not a main reason for those Super Bowls.
I'm about to say, we don't want to be like, it's a different era.
No hate to Terry Bradshaw. Great football player. Absolutely great football player. Lots of respect to Terry Bradshaw, even though he won 4 Super Bowls for the Steelers. I'm sorry, I had to throw up a little bit there.
But it's like, when you think of 4 Super Bowls, you think of Montana.
Yeah. Montana was a big reason why they won those 4 Super Bowls. Bradshaw was a reason, but he wasn't a big reason. Bradshaw was a good enough player where he could do his job and not much more. He never really elevated. Those teams were just that great that they didn't need him to be Tom Brady or Joe Montana to win all of those Super Bowls.
He did win an MVP though,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
good enough for that, I suppose.
again, no disrespect to Terry Bradshaw. Love him
Yeah,
as a player, awesome dude, fun guy. He did things that very few players ever have or ever will do in the NFL,
yeah,
but he is also just factually not on the same level as Tom
no,
and Joe. But then again, no one's on the same level as Tom and Joe.
yeah,
So, and no one's on the same level as Bill Belichick. Bill is a class above everybody else. His attention to detail, his rigorous preparation, his ability to teach players stuff, maximize their potential, learn how to figure out what the biggest strength of a player is, and exploit it to its fullest potential. Figure out what is the biggest. Figure out how to take away the best thing about another team. What's the thing about another team that worries us the most? Okay, we're going to take that player or that thing out of the equation and force you to beat us another way. His extension, his football IQ, his memory. Bill will literally remembers basically everything. Like, he remembers everything. He could if I like in this game between the New England Patriots and Miami Dolphins in the year 2006 in Foxborough, what happened? And he could probably on the spot pull up and tell me about that game. That's how special he is. That's what makes him the greatest of all time, let alone 6 Super Bowls as a head coach and another 2 as a member of the New York Giants coaching staff, including the defensive game plan that won them their second Super Bowl. That's just what makes him so great. And that's why I'm going to miss him. It sucks. I don't agree with the decision, but at the end of the day, what is done, and now we, as the New England Patriots, as fans of the Patriots, as people who are heavily emotionally invested, we will have to look to the future because that's the reality of our situation. I want to send this off by giving a massive, massive thank you to Bill Belichick for everything that you brought to the New England Patriots for the 24 years that you were the head coach here. 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl rings, umpteen other accolades, won the AFC East, I think, 17 times? I don't know, so many times I've lost count. Just all-round excellence from Bill. From the very first day he came in to the day that he left the organization, he put in every bit of effort he possibly could, every ounce that he had in him to helping this organization win, and he won more for us than anyone else has ever won, period. And he gave me so many great memories during my childhood. He gave me so much. And so this is a very sentimental loss. But Bill, I want to thank you for everything that you have done for New England. And it's just like you said, you will always be a Patriot. T-Bone, you got any final thoughts?
Well, I'm not going to thank you for beating me in the Super Bowl, Bill, but me, who am I talking about? I'm not a Panther. But greatness was unmatched. You can't dispute that. And yeah, the impact that you had in football is something that is, I don't think a lot of people will ever get for a long time. I don't think there's going to be, unless someone comes in with 8 or 7 or 8 Super Bowls, you're the undisputed GOAT. So thank you for what you've done for the sport of football. And, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. Thank you, Bill, for everything that you've given us, forever a Patriot. I am proud to call you a member of the New England Patriots. Please be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. We would love to hear what you all have to say. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And we will see you all in the next video.